Nothing would please us more than Roxas's return, of course.
Ring is Glitchy, and welcome to another Kingdom Hearts 3 theory video. After seeing the trailers, many of you were probably wondering how the hell Sora is going to bring back Roxas, when he is in fact returned to Sora to become whole again. Well, after some discussion with some peeps on stream, we all realized something, and I wanted to share it with you guys too.
Roxas does exist. His heart's inside my heart.
The other Twilight Town is just data.
And Roxas?
Yes. For the virtual world to be completely realized, Ansem the Wise would have included Roxas's full data in the construction.
So, in the latest trailers, Ansem mentions that the other Twilight Town is just data, right after a cut where Sora mentions Roxas's heart is inside of him. This cut is probably a couple of sentences after the fact where they explain they want to retrieve Roxas from the Twilight Town that is created out of data. It was Ienzo that explained that the data Twilight Town needed Roxas's full data for it to be fully realized, meaning it did in fact hold every aspect of Roxas in data. But they put the real Roxas in there and he went up to Sora to make him whole again, so Roxas is no more. Many of you have this exact sentence in mind. This was my point of view too for such a long time. Until I received some pointers from my good friend Roxas13, ironic right? Anyway, there was me, thinking only the real Roxas was in there and not a copy. While now Ienzo explained that Roxas's full data was needed, so the computer actually has a data Roxas in there. Before I skip to the climax, let me gather all the facts so the big reveal will be clear as day. To have a being complete when it had spawned a Heartless and Nobody, both of those entities need to rejoin again for its main body to become complete or whole again. In Sora's story, he turned into a Heartless when he released his heart, but was brought back to the Realm of Light by Kairi. His Nobody was still alive and kicking. This Nobody just needed to rejoin Sora, which he did, to make Sora complete. But, right in Dream Drop distance however, we learned that Nobodies can in fact grow their own hearts, which means Roxas's shell grew a heart that is now residing within Sora. Man, Sora is just a hotel for hearts, right? At some point it had Ventus's heart, Kairi's heart and Roxas's heart too. Anywho, with this in mind we can take one step closer to the reveal. So, the true Roxas was in Data Twilight Town with a heart of his own. That same Roxas rejoined with Sora, resulting in Sora having his and Roxas's heart inside of him. Ienzo explained that Roxas's data was still fully imported into the computer in Twilight Town. Again, just a little bit more explanation before the final reveal. Remember the time when Roxas's buddies wanted to go to the beach and made a lot of money and put it into this bag, and Riku took the bag from him and returned with it to the real world, later revealing that in the real world there was the same exact bag. Well, time for the reveal now, okay?
Now, set your heart free.
What could and probably will happen is that Ienzo will create a fully materialized version of Roxas from the data within the computer. Sora will then use the darkness that was offered by Ansem and Xemnas to release Roxas's heart from his body and insert it into the data puppet that is Roxas. When that Roxas is complete, they can extract it to the real world just like they did with the bag of money, making the return of Roxas fully realized. Amazing, right? I mean, this really makes a lot of sense. But what about Sora? Has he used the darkness to release the second heart? I will keep that in check for another time. This video was about Roxas after all. What do you guys think about this theory of Roxas' return? Can you see it happening like this, or do you have a different theory or opinion on some of the facts presented? You guys can leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. Hell, you can even talk about what would happen to Sora. I'd love to receive some input on that as well. But also about Roxas, of course. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until the next time, stay safe and may your heart be your guiding key.
Roxas does exist. His heart's inside my heart.
In that case, by all means.
Nothing would please us more than Roxas's return, of course.